Harley Davidson doesn't ask for much, says US PR manager Jen Hoyer, only to 1. Lead in every market. 2. Grow the sport of motorcycling in the US, in part by growing the number of core customers and growing US outreach at a faster rate. 3. Grow US retail sales and grow international retail sales at a faster rate. 4. Grow revenue and grow earnings at a faster rate through 2020. 5. Outperform the S&P 500. Alrighty then, and with that business out of the way, one of the ways they're going to accomplish that is with this new lowrider S, giving the primary market young adults seeking an aggressive-looking cruiser that delivers on power and performance, packaged in a raw, dark-looking motorcycle what it wants. That would be a blacked-out hot rod, with more power and premium riding suspension. What you get is HD's 1801cc air-cooled, Screamin' Eagle twin-cam 110 engine, said to be good for 115 pounds-foot of peak torque at 3,500 RPM, mated to a 6-speed cruise drive transmission. That engine's rubber-mounted in your basic Dyna chassis, and suspended at the rear by a pair of premium ride-emotion rear shocks with enhanced compression and rebound damping control, sourced from Showa, and up front by a premium ride, 49mm single cartridge front suspension. The S stands for sport when we're talking Harleys, so along with the premium suspenders and heavy-breathing motor, you get sporty ergonomics, consisting of a semi-flat handlebar and mid-mount foot pegs on a platform that'll let you heel over up to 30 degrees, give or take half a degree. I can't remember any manufacturer staging a press ride up the Angeles Crest Highway, which winds its way high into the mountains from here in our own little Sokol sandbox. But that's what HD did with the LRS. It was a nice enough ride up the back way via Big Tujunga, but we also stopped a few times to shoot photos and schmooze. After lunch at Newcomb's Ranch, though, when it was time for the non-stop flight to LA back down the crest, it seemed like Paul James, HD product planning director and longtime Buell/XR1200R racer, was in a hurry to get back to the hotel. Granted, 30 degrees of bank angle is not optimal for sport riding, but by the time the foot peg feelers and a little unnecessary undercarriage are ground away, let's call it 33 degrees, that's almost enough for public roads. If self-preservation is anywhere toward the top of your priority list, the S is an exhilarating ride as long as you think in cruiser terms. Downhill is preferred. 115 pounds-foot at 3,500 RPM is a lot of torque, but the downside of that is the rev limiter cuts in at 5,500 RPM, and when you're spinning the big V-twin up in the high end of its range, its fueling is pretty herky-jerky as you attempt to smoothly modulate throttle while keeping the 674-pound hog between the lines. The abrupt power doesn't upset the bike though, thanks to pretty dialed suspension and the fact that 2.13 inches of rear wheel travel isn't really enough to allow much front-to-rear weight joggling. But leave it in a tall gear and let it roll, and the S is a happy, stable pussycat, even if it feels more like a big old single-quote 80s superbike with its heft, bias-ply tires, and the fact that you need to include ground clearance in every corner calculation. It's why they invented hanging off children. In spite of that, one kid on a new Ninja, which might be the perfect bike for downhill on the crest, waved us on by. Well, that's not really the kind of riding most Harleys are meant for, but the S comported itself way better than I would have expected, and I've only ridden that road 1,000 times, so big fat Missouri kudos to Paul James and crew for having the courage to take us there on the lowrider, and reminding us that it's not the speed of the bike so much as it is the speed of the road, where a BMW S1000RR is yawning as you roll down through the crest's fast sweepers as quickly as you dare. The hog is sweating to a vintage Jane Fonda workout tape on the VCR, and that's in fact a lot of fun, maybe more fun, in a completely different way. It's that old saying about riding a slow bike fast, except that this hog's not that slow, it's just large. Meanwhile in the big city below, people seem to get out of your way on this bike. Is that a sign of anarchy? Look, It's the whole gang. The seats down there low, at 27 inches. My 30-inch legs like the mid-mount foot pegs way better than forward mount ones, but taller guys ride with their knees higher than their hip bones. HD will be more than happy to fix you up with a different handlebar if you don't like this one. It could come backward an inch or two for my short-fingered Bulgarian taste. Another problem my stubby left leg has that I don't remember having on other big twins, is that my left calf touches the derby cover when I'm stopped. It's hot even on a cool day.